223, after the China settle behind, the pushback in Alpha 5, indeed, Charlie 11, and start up approved.
After aircraft behind, start up pushback in Charlie 11, approved with Avia 6223.
Zibo, China 7345. I just want to confirm the aircraft is open because there's no green light from the taxiway.
It is open, sir. You can continue via Alpha.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, let's get out of here. We're all set.
From our Bay Photo 9.
So is that the for 5 and Foxtrot 9 of you?
Set here, Photo 9.
Run to cockpit. Stealth is driving up.
So have you 623 taxi Quebec, runway 36 left, cross 36 center, whiskey 5.
To the 36 left, via Quebec, and clear to course 55. Rabia 6223.
Kleine goedemorgen, that's Colonel 613, stand Delta 52, fully ready.
Dutch Colonel 613, startup and pushback is approved.
Hey everybody, welcome aboard. Captain Mike here. Today we're in Lisbon and we're going to do the return flight we did yesterday. We're going to head back to Manchester. This is a Ryanair flight 2253 from Lisbon to Manchester. We're all buttoned up. We're just waiting on push. And
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
We're fully ready. It's the Delta 48.
alright, that screen is up. Hey Ryan, how's it going? Yeah, we're just getting ready to get on out of here. I'm trying the camera in yet another position, and this one's not in the way actually. This one will actually be pretty good if it works out for everybody. You won't see me all that much, but you should have a pretty good view out the window and the front of the deck. And with this setup like this, I might be able to set up a second camera in the corner to catch a view coming over to the side. Let's get that clock going.
Starting pushback. You may start the engine.
Oh, I hear you. Life gets in the way every now and then. And we're starting number 2.
Good morning, Orange 207 and Delta 2 fully ready.
On a couple of good notes, the flicker in my flight illusion gauges are gone. My taxi light flicker should be gone on the exterior side monitors as well. So a couple of those annoying things have been fixed. The NVIDIA problem, I haven't seen it yet today, where the screen would just go black and I would lose half my frame rates for no reason. So hopefully that's not going to happen this ride.
Taxi Bravo, runway 26 left, and cross center by whiskey 5, 28 Papa.
Start number 1.
So have you to 28 Papa, start for 3176.
3176, 78 Papa. Orange 207, request taxi.
Orange 207, leave by Alpha 5, taxi Quebec, runway 26 left, cross 36 center, whiskey 5.
Alpha 5, Quebec.
The AI aircraft out there is for juice flights.
Whiskey 5, 36 left, Orange 207.
Traffic Global. Great program.
Dan have je 159, the pushback is startup is approved. Q&A until it's 1 information bingo.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Once you get started and get wrapped into it. Hey, Shadow, what's up, pal? My co-pilot just showed up. What's up, Shadow? How you doing, pal? He's going to go for the ride back to Manchester.
Tusken 613, taxi Victor.
Alright.
Continue Victor 4.
Continue Victor 4, Tusken 613.
Tusken 613, contact 118.28.
118.28, tot ziens, Tusken 613.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Transavia 1539er, request.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
So today's flight is 990 miles. So about 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Victor 4, 1828, Transavia 48.
Even doe het van contact 118.28.
11828, 28 contact.
And we had a nice ride into here yesterday with some amazing crosswinds. If you haven't seen that approach yesterday, go take a look. That was pretty cool coming in here. And judging by the winds on the way up, we're looking at 100 plus.
Bypass beam has been removed. And signal on the rest. We'll see you next time and have a quick flight.
Killer 588, right on Alpha, taxi gate Echo 5.
Right turn onto Alpha and gate Echo 5, Canon 588.
Here goes a tow.
Traffic is Orange 207.
Orange 207 tot de 118.28.
11828, Orange 207.
And that top half is already done. Exterior lights is needed. We are good. AP was needed. It's off. Master caution recall. We got a clean board. Flaps are set for takeoff. Transponders TA auto. Weather radar set for auto. And we just got to check our flight controls.
Go in 6 on X-ray, tower 119 is 220. 119 orange.
All right. We're out of here. Manchester, here we come.
7 on November 2, also 6 minutes.
I don't know if it was all the sitting in here yesterday or if I slept wrong, but my back is killing me today. I took a half a pain pill. Hopefully I don't get too drowsy on the way up. And you know what? We'll follow this straight up. We can check out some of these aircraft here on the left. I hope that this center view is a little bit better than the first officer's view. That one on the side is a little bit difficult for the camera, but this one's rather easy.
7 Hotel with Alpha 9 to Bravo and cross to 7 November.
Good morning at Alpha 9 to Bravo and cross to 7 number 2.
I protocol 669 at tower 119 is 0.
Tower 119 is 230 at protocol 669 today. Hello, Alpine 73 Delta Echo Hotel 1 for pushing start please.
Alpine 73 Delta Echo, allow push start.
That approved, Alpine 70 Delta Echo.
KLM 6 Zulu for better secrecy, may taxi Echo 4.
Echo 4, heel mooi, 6 Zulu.
Are you ready upon reaching?
Affirmative, 6 Zulu.
Okay, perfect. KLM 61 Zulu, contact the tower 119 less than 230.
11923, KLM 6 Zulu, sign it up.
Hotel, the tower 119 less than 230.
Thanks, Ryan. I appreciate it. The way X-Plane and Zibo Mod have been performing, I don't think I'm going to have any issues. I think it's going to be another great ride, just as we had one yesterday. Getting yourself settled in there, pal.
KLM 24, good morning, on the entry, Alpha 13.
Hey, Alpha 13.
Temporary parking area.
Alpine 73 Delta Echo for taxi, please.
Alpine 73 Delta Echo, taxi 18 left and cross to 7 November 2.
Approaching 3, 5.
Running 81 Yankee Yellow, are you able Echo 4 or 5?
Echo 5.
That's your taxi Echo 5.
Taxi Echo 5, winning gate 1.
Okay, now on Papa, cross to 7 November 2.
Cross to 7 November 2, okay, now on Papa.
En Alpine 50 Mike, Papa, you may taxi.
Goodbye, Tango, Alpine 50.
It's a nice looking airport.
Papa, taxi via Papa 3, but for the moment...
And this is default X-plane.
Taxi via and hold Papa 3.
Yeah, the taxi flicker's definitely gone now. I was getting a bad flicker on the lights on my external visuals, but they seem to be under control now.
Alpine 65 Fox Kilo taxi on the 18 left and cross runway 27 at November 2.
On the left, cross to 7 November 2, Alpine 65.
KLM 906 Foxtrot, what is the process? Do we give way to the east? Nou, officieel is het wel aardig gezegd, maar nog officieel moet hij eigenlijk van rechts altijd voor gaan geven. Maar het is wel aardig als ik het erbij zeg. Ja, oké, maar voor de zekerheid dat vraag. We zijn 6727, the tower 119, that's 0.
1968,
KLM 7 for Lima, by Alpha 1. Alpha 1, 3, thanks, KLM 7 for Lima.
RC Morgan, Alpine 9 Quebec, Victor, Hotel 7, push start please.
Alpine 9 Quebec, Victor, push start approved.
Start approved, 9 Quebec, Victor.
KLM 799 for taxi. KLM 799, behind the company, taxi 18 left and cross to 7 November 2. Behind the company, taxi runway 18 left, cross the 27 November 2, 779.
Switch on over.
Left 7 Kilo Bravo, into 990 degrees of front, out, 993 for takeoff, Airborne 125.055,
25055, please for takeoff to 9 at the new end of 7 Kilo Bravo.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Papa Fox 747 approaching CDR boundary radar service terminated, contact Warsaw 0119.450, dziękuję.
119.450, thank you.
Approaching 3.
Club 361, return line up runway 29 runway.
Lovely line up runway 29 runway, close to
40%.
Club 361,
On runway 3.
Runway 29 RK5, immediate takeoff, Airborne 125.055, dziękuję.
Stable.
Takeoff, immediate, 9, 361, 125.055.
Thrust is set. Airspeed's active.
80 knots.
Check. Throttle. Throttle hold. Stable throw 80.
V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Winds aren't that bad today. 7 knots on the way out. We had 16 on the way on touchdown. Yesterday.
400.
With a 30 knot crosswind on the way in. It's pretty wicked. At 2,000, we're going to start banking over to the right.
1,000.
To go fast, I want to find decimal 5 side and react this thing from Rob to Zero.
Thank you.
Beautiful view. Camera may not be doing it justice, but I got a nice view out that right window. Flaps one.
Tower, good morning, Cairo 609 and full ILS, runway 33.
Flaps up.
Continue approach now, Cairo 609.
Alright, Zibo. Oh, you. So I'm using the Zibo Mod 4.01.3. I was using 2 yesterday, and that worked beautifully, so I'm not expecting any issues today, but I'm going to check out the latest and greatest from Zibo. We're on a 250 knot climb out, passing 412, and we're looking at 38 now. Moon looks rather nice. I don't know if it's in your view. May not be. But the view's a trade-off. If I back you away from the flight deck to give you a full view of the pedestal and the overheads, then you lose that front perspective. So the only 2 restrictions we had were 2,000, we begin our turn, above 4 at 412. After that, we're good all the way up. And we've got another 196 miles of top of climb and 974 to go. So, gonna be a couple of hours. Not gonna be much to see out that front window. And we're at 10. Coming up nicely, and temperature's looking pretty good. Autopilot's engaged, antenna notifications complete, cabin pressurization and temperature monitor, engine bleeds are on, pack switches to auto, APU is off, exterior lights is needed, auto brake selector is off, and landing gear is up and off. And it's pretty smooth out there, so we're going to let them run around.
Delta 258, right heading 150. 150, American 970, Delta heading 085.
085 heading American 970.
Delta 258,
I don't know if you prefer some of this backlighting. I don't know if it makes the flight deck look any better for you guys on screen. I'll kick that up a bit. See what it looks like.
Yeah, 26 Mike, left heading 205, 3000 feet, QNH 1016. 3000 feet, 1016, heading Delta 142, the tower, Bomber 9, 3, American 9702, left heading 025, 3000 feet.
025 heading, clear hour 36 right, American 9702.
26 Mike, is at 2000 at the speed limit.
2000.
So another 60 miles, and that puts us at the end of the SID out of Lisbon.
Level 45, get a 412.
Runway 40 to 3000,
3000 feet to the QNH 1013, Kilometer 184.
Approach 3 more, okay, 138, passing by level 1PT, descending 70, speed 290, compass. Center 45, 36 high, okay, 138.
Runway 40 to 2000, if you like, you got it.
It's 2000, Roger, Kilometer 184.
American 9702, speed 160 and the tower.
Now we're coming up on 18.
41923.
Although out here it's not 18. I fly in the States for the most part, so. Let's see, where are we here? Altimeters to 2992. And basically it's just going to be monitor, monitor, monitor.
Heading 255, and it's the 073.
Delta 258, that's 090, 090.
That's in range.
Daar is 073, turn left heading 220, descend further to 2000 feet and QNH from 013.
Heading 220, descend 2000, 101.
75 knot crosswind right now. It was well over 100 in cruise when I checked the weather.
Approach for the motivation airline.
Would be nice if it was helping us out this ride. Nice tailwind would be beautiful.
Heading 330, cleared island, 36 right.
And I completely forgot this is Super Bowl weekend. I was going to get my last rides in today before I took that monitor apart, but Super Bowl tomorrow, I'm not going to be touching that. So I don't think I'm going to get to the monitor until sometime this week. Not that big of a deal. It's just out a little bit, upside down. So it's a little dark for me.
Images to the left, descending 45, Victor 06, going up 609.
Energy 073, turn right heading 285.
Get some glare coming from that monitor. So let me get rid of that glare.
After Papa Alpha Mike, heading to 220, descend by level 45. 678, heading 135, east of 2000, QNH 1014.
135, 2000 feet, QNH 1024?
No, 1014.
Nou, bijna goed, 1014, ja, dan 678.
Clear Delta 2000, QNH 1014, get out of the nose, about 2 miles, the speed is yours, not below 220.
Set the speed stop to 20 and set 2000 finish hold 014 kilometers 6 kilometers.
Ground 328 set the 2000 QNH 1014.
Set the 2000 QNH 1014, okay, 138.
Stand for Lima, this is 2000 QNH 1014.
That was in 2000 for 014.
132 was Fokker heading 220. Heading 220 after 133. Yeah, and to keep speed 250.
For approach, good morning, India 9057, ATC speed 250 now.
India 957, Island Region Drive, information Bravo, after Papa Alpha Mike, heading 220. Kill 1328 and right, heading 330, clear to Island Region Drive.
Right, heading 330 on descending, clear to Island Region Drive, clear to 1328.
Agent 957, 3000, QNH 1014.
This is 3000 on QNH 1014, India 9057.
Tempo Lima, right, heading 335, straight out of City Drive.
That's heading 335, straight out of City Drive,
Kilo 132, 2000, 1014.
2000, 1014.
Kilometer Juliet descent number 50.
And the fuel should be 29, and we're at 21, so we're just above it. Just a little ahead of the game right now with the fuel. That's good. And pressurization panels looking good, and temperature back there is fine. $120 knot headwind we're going to be smacked into now. Not going to be helping us all that much heading out over the water.
Hey, job 957, 2000.
Send to 2000 feet, India 9057.
Kilometer Juliet 3000, QNH 014.
And that should be coming into view, yes. I don't know if you can make out those city lights down there. The camera might not be picking them up, but they look good sitting in the flight deck.
Reduce speed 200, heading 215, as you have 9057.
Kilo 132, right 270, speed 180.
Right, heading 270, speed 180, 130.
United Fox 04, the 17 Tower 19230.
Oh, 99230.
So 132, turn right 335, straight out of City Drive.
Right, heading 335, clear to Island Region Drive. 138.
Agent 957, right 340, straight out of City Drive.
Right 340 for the island, 36 right.
What's up, Shadow? You enjoying the ride there, pal? My first officer's Cat. He's just off of camera range. Pal. 132 knot headwind. We are not catching a break on this ride.
5 to Fox, heading 235, descent level 45.
Hey, 235, descent level 45, jump 5 Fox.
Agent 9517, 18026.
18026, and you have 957.
Kilometer Juliet speed 180, pulling trip 110 now. Kilo heading 210.
Heading 210, okay, that's 28 kilo.
Kilometer Juliet turn right 270 dash.
Heading 270,
And in bomb, we should have 20.4 on the fuel. Right now, we're at 20.5. Right on the money. Right on the money.
Committed unit descent to 2000. 2 kilo to do now 180. Which 180 can it do it kilo? Kilo 1916 heading 235.
And that's the end of the sit out of Lisbon.
Committed unit to right 340 LPPT. Kilo right 70 descent 2000. I think 270 descent 2000.
So we'll be cruising at 38,000 feet. We're climbing through 32.3 right now. We've got 100 miles to top of climb and just under 900 to go. 897 to Manchester. And we're fighting a wicked headwind, 152 knots. And I think we're going to kick up that cruise. And then the fuel getting in is going to be just fine.
Total 177 descent level 45, pilot to the right, station Charlie.
So this ride started about an hour ago when I started doing my programming from cold and dark, and right now all the way up through 33,000. X-Plane and the Zibo Mod have been flawless. She has been performing beautifully. She is really dialed in now.
Heading 3300 and 36 left. 30, 412, left heading 240. Up left 240, can 412.
Now the yaw damper gauge I have to take a look at. As you can see today, it's working yesterday, it's not working today. And that's because I'm using my 3D rain effect Zibo Mod edits, so I have to go in there and fix that. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. Although it's really not needed on the NG.
So 258, left 030, clear out as 1136. Speed 180. Thank you.
163 knot headwind now. Yeah. Would have been nice if we had that yesterday on the way down.
Get a 412, and right heading 340, clear out as 1136. 340,
And we should get into Manchester in just over 2 hours. Pressurization panels looking good. Temperatures looking good. Fuel flow and oil pressure, oil temp, oil quantity, and even the vibrations are looking beautiful. It's a nice mellow ride today. Would definitely be nice if I got rid of that NVIDIA screen issue. I haven't seen it yet in 2 flights so far. My fingers are crossed because I have no idea where that's coming from. The server computer for X-Plane just goes black. X-Plane's still running, and my visual computers are still running. Those views are still up. If I press the Windows icon on the keyboard, the window comes back, and yet my frames have been cut in half. So I have not been able to figure that out. It just doesn't make any sense to me at all. And we get jiggled around a little bit, but it's not that bad. We switch over. Should have did that some time ago. That should be in range. So let's see, we'd be coming up on cruise at another 1,000 feet. That's 34 minutes from the gate, 24 minutes from the runway. And we're just getting ready to come up on the coast.
1,000 to go.
And report the clear level to radar 128.05. 128.05. Good morning, flight level 30. Airport 32, Papa Quebec, slow cut time 25. Cookson, flight 5 airport, 82 You're in Echo Victor, transfer flight level 330. Level 330, you're in Echo Victor. Lisbon is friendly, max, on course toward Bend 11 meters, 320. Running 7893, identify, proceed direct to routing. Monday, 7 expect.
Over 31, flight 330.
Continuing on up to 330, camber 31.
Camber.
Airway 2834, category level 36.01.
16015,
Not a bad ride. Alright, that puts us at cruise. We've got 710 miles of top of descent, 854 to go, and that's 36 minutes from the gate. 26 from the runway. So we're looking at about 2 hours. We'll be in Manchester. And being that we're just at the coast, there's nothing out there but water coming up now, so there's really not going to be much to see. Other than darkness and some stars. I think my first officer has the right idea. That Shadow, he's tucked in, he's sleeping. That pal.
Good morning, Lisa 911, flight level 250 on coast to pick up.
So I think once we get done with this ride, they're going to head back on over to the States. We do a couple of 1-hour flights at night. get a really good view of some of these night lightings, some of the cities out there that I've been working on.
Good morning, identifying for a requested level.
And the knots speeds easing up a little bit there on the headwinds. We're down to 150. Not bad. Maybe we're going to leave this behind. I doubt it though. Yeah, what do we have coming in here? Let's have a look here. Let's see if we get any. No data. No data from Manchester. Looks like the standby gauge is a little bit more accurate than the primary flight display, since the flight display goes up in 20. You can see the standby gauge actually flicker between 38,000, 38,002, 37,098, and yet primary flight display stays steady. The flight illusion gauges work beautifully. That gentleman's put together some amazing pieces of kit, that's for sure. Well built. And they perform beautifully. And being that I just finished these standby gauges, only thing left now is my motorized throttle quad. That's what's on my sights now, but it's going to take me a while to save up the dollars for that. And I hope I can still get one from Flightdeck Solutions. I know that they're dealing with commercial entities now, so I'm hoping that I can still get one, because that's the only thing my Flightdeck really is missing. And it'll be 100% Flightdeck Solutions and Flight Illusions, as far as the hardware is concerned. The Bentley of the skies.
Good morning, 168, climbing level 2400 BE. 168, hello, identified, what is your request and flight level? Request level 380, 168. 168, roger, flight level 330.
A little bit of rock in there, little jolt. Headwind seems to be dropping a little bit. We're down to 146 now from 163.
Good morning.
So she's easing up a bit, and you should be in range. Now, and you know what? I'll take weather. You can have terrain. Definitely looks like there's some wetness below us. Did hit any rain on the way out though. Actually pretty smooth. And I think by the time we hit Pinkett, we should be hitting Madrid airspace. And at Pinkett, we should have 18.1 on the fuel. We're at 18.8 right now. And we're looking at 9.3 when we get into Manchester with the fuel. That went up a couple hundred pounds. Interesting. Being that we're fighting a headwind that I knew we were going to get hit with. See if that changes before we get in. I'm sure it will. Alright, so we're going to be leaving Portugal for Spain now. In another 5 minutes or so, we'll be in Madrid's airspace. And this has been another beautiful ride from the Zibo Mod.
Number 2 was the flight net of third level 230 landing 240 inbound heading. Austin 578 Foxtrot, this radar now identified. What is the requested level? So far we cleared for level 320 of the flight departure. Sorry, say again? We cleared level 320 now and request later on level 350 of the flight departure.
Your damp is doing a pretty good job.
Delta, Lisbon, flight number 250. 250, 262 Delta.
That should be in range.
953 of the flight net Foxtrot.
Hey, Black Knight, how's it going?
2 Delta, Lisbon, flight level 200. 200 with 262 Delta. 578 Foxtrot, flight level 330. Level 330 of the flight net Foxtrot.
Well, thanks, Black Knight, I tell you. The flight deck's come along beautifully. And everything that's in here, I only have two issues. One of them is a connector, which I just have to get to. Now that I know where it is, that's no big deal. And I just have to get this monitor straightened out. And I'm really basically done until I save enough for my throttle quad, which is something I never thought I'd ever say.
Team 262 Delta, and express 018, decimal 050, goodbye. 28050, bye-bye, 262 Delta.
So we're just passing over Pont de Limon, or Lima, if you know the area. So we're just getting ready to leave Lisbon.
Landing flight level 250, 1001, your wing 5 Echo.
I don't know the area. I'm just going by the map I'm looking at here. I'll tell you, the Zibo Mod has to be one of the best aircraft I've ever flown in flight simulation. Going all the way back to the 90s. And to think that it's freeware is beyond belief. This is one beautiful performing aircraft. Hey, pulling chocks, how's it going?
128,650, good morning, Qatari, 10 Alpha.
Good morning, flight level 360 to O'Connor.
Thomas Cook 18 Foxtrot Whiskey, good morning to control, identify squawk 7332.
Confirm 7332, Thomas Cook 18 Foxtrot.
Affirm.
Bulgaria 6206, Euro Trust and flight descent flight 150.
Descent 150, flight Bulgaria 6206.
Turkey 639, copy descent flight level 330 and contact Ankara 132.1.
And 18.3 on the fuel. We've got 18.3. We're right on the money.
Bye-bye.
And we've got 1,000 pounds in the center tank. We're going to turn off those center fuel pumps.
008, flight level 3900.
008, hello, that's right. Speedbird 157, I'm 128650, bye-bye.
No, there's nothing the matter with the throttle. It's just that it's non-motorized. This is a Jetmax throttle quad that Flightdeck Solutions used to sell before they sold that part of the company. All I did was add backlighting and I changed the pots that were in here in the controller. But I would really like to have one of Flightdeck Solutions motorized quads, because that would be the be-all, end-all for the flight deck. Unless I could get a HUD in here as well, but the motorized quad is something that's on my list that would really love to be able to get. And being that this monitor is 9 years old, the one on the bottom, I'd swap that out at the same time.
216, so 340 and Mako. Okay, international flight 216, hello, Sofia, and flight direct to BP. Direct to BP, just by 216.
That's why I told my wife we could never move. To take this thing apart, I'd have to fly Pat 738 in from, well, he'll be in Arizona by then. Only good thing is this is in the garage, so once it's apart, you can take it right out to the truck and off we go. It would be nice if the top just detached from the bottom, because then I could just roll it out onto the truck in two sections. That would really be great. But that would be doable. I would be able to take the top off, but not off of the frames in just one shot, though. But we're not going anywhere. I like the weather in Boca. But who knows, if my breathing does get worse, I may be forced out to Arizona with the dry air. And if that's the case, then I'll look in the same area as Pat 738. We'll end up in Prescott. Then he'll have a first officer and I'll have a first officer. Alright, so we're in Madrid's airspace now. What are we looking at? We're looking at 765 to Manchester. We got 620 to top of descent. So we got a little ways to go. Another hour and 40 minutes to top of descent. But this has been one beautiful ride. Enjoying every minute I get to sit in here. I've been doing more work behind the scenes than I have flying the past couple of weeks. So the flight from Manchester down to Lisbon was pretty cool. And this is a nice ride on the way back. But 2.5 hour rides are a bit much. I mean, cruise gets a little boring, but just sitting here, my back bothers me a little bit too much. For me, the hour and a half flights are probably right on the money where I'd like them. Which is nice, because where the takeoffs and landings are, you know, descents and arrivals and all that, that's where all the fun is. Cruise, you're just sitting here monitoring, right? I'm looking at gauges here, I'm looking at the temperature, I'm looking at, you know, the gas temperature and fuel flow, oil and whatnot. After a while, it gets old. So the hour and a half rides That's what I prefer. But it's good to get these 2.5, 3 hour, 4 hour jobs in every now and then just to check for stability, which is basically what these runs are doing right now, being that I just put this all back together again. Hey Jim, how's it going? Get any flying done today? I tell you, Jim, it feels good to get back in here. I've been in here for 2 weeks.
Gazelle 008 128 650, bye-bye.
Okay, 5
Line 2900, contact 123 265, bye-bye.
Yeah, I saw the text you sent. You got it working, right? Or you having issues with it? The reason why I didn't want to put butt kickers in here to give me the vibrations is there's a lot of nuts and bolts in here. And the only thing that the vibrations can do is something that's not good. Loosen stuff up. So I was a little hesitant about doing that. But yeah, it would have been great to have those in, especially when you're rolling down the runway. But
after avoiding to 1 gate by Bulgaria 999 approved. Hello, Ryanair 78 Foxtrot, 380 direct, Oxford.
136 knot crosswind now, just about. Well, it eased up a bit. Have you done any taxiing or rolling off the runway with it yet, or tried it in turbulence?
Good morning, Tom Shooter, 4133, maintain flight level 35 strong course other road.
I think it would be interesting when the mains touch what that butt kick is going to do.
Speedbird 105, anchor 128 650, bye-bye.
Oh yeah, now that would be nice. Attach that to a seat to, yeah, racing program. Yeah. I used to race a long time ago. I still have my TSW wheel and throttle and gas brake and clutch setup. That was like $1,200 way back when, which was very expensive back then. I still have it set up. The precision on it is amazing. It's really nice. But I haven't had that out of the box in quite some time. But all the racing I did was just all NASCAR stuff. Online. I prefer doing this though. Not just the flight. It's everything before the flight, you know, checking the weather, getting the route and all that, although it's pretty easy just going to FlightAware. But it's a lot more involved, and it keeps the brain active, which is pretty cool. I think Pat has them. I think Pat has butt kickers. I wonder if he's going to put it on this setup for the helicopter.
Number 78 or greater, this traffic.
78 or greater,
I think the heli setup with what he just purchased, what he got was nice. That's some nice setup he's got. That with MS 2020 and 2024 when it comes out, I think that's going to be a beautiful setup. I may do that myself and keep this in the garage. You know, maybe set up one of the bedrooms. because that's not that big. That's easy to take apart, that setup, and put back together again. You probably even stand it up against the wall when you're not using it. And you just need a computer and a headset, right? So and it's definitely going to be a lot cheaper than setting this up. Yeah, Momo, yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, I don't know. I wonder. I know he used to use them as well as the stick shakers. Maybe he stopped. Yeah, he's got a mess going on right now with his deck being all apart, man.
Set flight level 210 now, UPS 207.
UPS 207, Flightdeck Solutions.
UPS 207, direct. Spell again. I thought that's what you said. Direct Normandy. UPS 207, thank you.
Amsterdam Orange 738, keep approaching flight level 260, request further descent for direct arc 10 meters Delta.
Orange 738, keep descent to level 100, direct status, thereafter arc 2 Alpha 06.
Descent flight level 100.
What are we looking at here? Actually, that's an hour out of the gate. We've got 705 miles to go to Manchester, 561 at top of descent. And we left the runway 50 minutes ago. I'll tell you, I don't think there's anybody outside of Flightdeck Solutions that knows the ins and outs of that flight deck better than Pat does.
I gotta switch that switch, sorry, see you back.
No problem, bye-bye.
I think outside of FDS, he would be the go-to individual if you're looking for, if you have questions about any of their hardware. About taking it apart and putting it back together again, no doubt about it. He's the man. Outside of Stevie Boy.
Good morning, Orange 640, flight level 220, Costa Rica information box.
Orange 640, hello, fly the River 2 Alpha transition, runway 06, you have 3 seats.
River 2 Alpha transition 06, speed back here, otherwise 640.
Orange 640, descent flight for 100.
100, 640.
Yeah, he's been setting up videos. He's been doing like 1 or 2 hour videos as he's been taking his flight deck apart and putting them up on YouTube. Pat738, if you're on YouTube, you want to go check his stuff out. He's got a flight deck just like this. Right now he's in the process of taking it apart because he's going to be moving. But those are pretty nice videos. That'll give you a pretty good idea of what's involved in putting something like this together and why it costs $100 grand.
140 below. 140 below, can I make that
Can I make that 40 to the flight for 100?
Send over 100.
Yeah, Steve Cars, yeah. Yeah, I had Steve. Steve was here for a week. It was me, Steve, and Mr. G. Axel came over here and gave us a hand. He's another gentleman that has a 737 NG flight deck. Although his flight deck is above and beyond. It makes this look like a kiddie toy. He's got a real Boeing 737 nose, and I mean, he's got pulleys underneath his flight deck. And if the Boeing manual says there's 10 pounds of pull on the yoke, you've got 10 pounds of pull on the yoke. I mean, that's how insane his flight deck is. It's amazing. I had an opportunity to fly it once. Beautiful. But yeah, he was here. His brother Pete was here too, actually. I had both of them here for a little bit. That was a while ago. That was It'll be over 9 years ago now. They've come a long way in those 9 years. Put together an amazing company. And I tell you, I can attest to the quality of their workmanship. This flight deck is 9 years old. And the only thing that I've replaced is power supplies and a couple of Hall effect sensors in the MCP. The work I did on the throttle quad I did because I wanted to do it, I didn't have to do it. So, and everything is still going strong 9 years later. So, kudos to Flightdeck Solutions because they put together some amazing kit, no doubt about it. Oh, you see, there you go. There's that screen. Although it came right back again this time. See that? Only this time it came back and it didn't take half my frame rates. They're right where they should be. I've got the counters up at the top. I keep an eye on them. Well, that was all right. I prefer that if it's going to happen. That was pretty cool. I'm definitely afraid to change these NVIDIA drivers because this is what I end up with, stuff like this. And this, out of everything that's been going on, is probably pretty good. I'll accept this out of everything if I have to have something crazy. Took long enough to happen. That's an hour and 5 minutes from the gate, plus about 40 minutes prior to that. So that's at least 2 hours that this has been up and running before that happened. And I'm not touching or changing anything, so I have no idea where it comes from. Very strange. Only good thing is it didn't kill my frames. If it did, I have to go into NVIDIA's control panel and then double my frame rate just to get that half that it took back from me. And then it changes the front view a little bit. It makes it a little bit lighter, and it doesn't look right. So.
Delta 46, leaving 30 from 250, 60 miles this side of Sugo.
Okay, that puts us over the water now for good. If I had my old man glasses, I could see what that said, but I can't see where we just passed over. Vivero? I gotta get my glasses. I can't see that text.
We can descend to flight level 180 and stand by for lower.
Roger, 180 down to 46.
Delta 46 flight, direct to position Foxy to intercept Zibo 2 Alpha transition.
By Foxy to intercept Zibo 2 Alpha transition, Delta 46.
Keep telling myself I need a second pair to keep in the flight deck, and I keep forgetting to buy it. Vivero? V-I-V-E-I-R-O. Well, we're over the water now anyway. Alright. Now we got a little ways to go before we leave Madrid's airspace for Brest. But this has been a beautiful, uneventful ride the entire way. That is in range.
100 for 130.
Cessna 613, hello, climb to flight level 250, passing 110 to Birmingham.
110, Birmingham, climb level 250, that's good. Center, Samyar 811, descending down to level 260.
Coming at 811, hello, continue to Arthur 2 Alpha transition, runway 06.
I have to keep an eye and see if they have any professional expos going on down here that these that they may end up going to. I'd probably go just to go say howdy. It's been a while since I've seen the both of them.
Transfer 40 Fox morning, climb to Valley 250. If you are passing 110, direct to me, please. Cannon 428, send flight for 100.
The winds are starting to die down a bit. We're down to 118, 117. And it's more crosswind than it is headwind now, so.
Coming at 811, maintain speed 300.
Maintain speed 300, Shamyar 811.
For now, yeah, Jim, the night lighting is basically done. Unless there's an airport or a location that uses a light that I haven't seen that's really far out of whack, there might be one or two blinking lights that I have to take a look at, but that's basically it. The version that's up there now is more than likely going to be it, unless somebody finds something. And I prefer my bright, the Mercury lighting over the original from X-Plane. It's just a little too orangey for me. So I added some of the old Mercury Vapor lights into the mix. I think it gives it a nice softer view coming in. And it doesn't take away too much of the orange-yellow glow that you get.
Chamonix 811, descent flight level 100.
Descent flight level 100, Shamyar 811.
Cannon 48 full approach with speed advice on the 119055. Good morning.
Speed advice 119055, Cannon 48. Good morning.
That's an hour since we left the runway now. And what do we have? 633 miles to Manchester, 489 the top of descent. That should be in range.
Delta 256, hello, speed 290 knots, fly direct to Google 2 Alpha transition.
And it looks like we left that rain behind.
Alright, 290 knots and direct to Google. And we'll be expecting the nice...
A little bit out here, not much though.
Google 2 Alpha transition.
I'm sorry, the Zibo 2 Alpha transition.
And 2-4. Shadow Tall, it's time for him for dinner? Oh yeah, go ahead. Shadow Man, come on, time for dinner, buddy. Go have dinner, pal. Okay. Come on, pal. You gotta have dinner. Cookies. Go have your cookies. He's like, no, I'm going to Madrid. Leave me alone. He's dead weight when he don't want to go.
Cannon 656, descend the flight level 100.
Descent level 100, Cannon 656.
Too funny. My co-pilot doesn't want to go have dinner. Shadow my cat.
Good morning, Transavia 1539, climb to flight level 250 to Birmingham.
To Birmingham, climbing 250, Transavia 1539.
Yeah, I'm using the bright Mercury set, Jim, for the lighting. Nice. See, we got hit with a little bit of wind, and they both dropped down. We went down past 20. Very nice. Those gauges are working real good.
Good morning, China Thunder 453, now descent flight level 260.
China Thunder 453, hello, continue to Arcus 2 Alpha transition, runway 0.
So by the time we hit Corral, we should be into Brest airspace. leaving Madrid airspace behind. And we should have 15.7 on the fuel. Right now we're at 16. We're looking pretty good. And we'll have 9.2 when we get in.
Maintain speed 290 knots, Channel 7453.
80 quarts, how's it going? You got us right in the middle of a ride. We left Lisbon, hour 13 minutes ago. We're heading on into Manchester. Still have a ways to go. We have 611 miles to Manchester. Enjoying a nice night ride. It's peaceful. The flight deck has been beautiful. No issues. It's been an enjoyable flight.
Hello, speed 300 over Bracelet, direction Zibo 2 Alpha transmission, runway 06.
300 greater, Zibo transition to runway 6, Delta 70. The 200 Delta 70.
From 7453, descent plan for 100.
Descend to level 100, 10,453.
Delta 70, descent plan for 100.
100 Delta 70, and will you need high speed below 10?
Excellent, for now keep it 300 for Bracelet.
300 greater, Delta 70.
Alright, the winds are down to 105. And they're beginning to shift. It would be nice if they swung around and gave us a push.
190, direction Zibo with 300 of brakes on the speed, runway 06.
Level 190, speed 300 degree, 406, KLM 86.
7453, speed 270.
Speed 270, 7453.
Delta 70, fly direct position.
Alright, Carol. 5.7, we're at 5.8 on the fuel, so fuel's good. And that's it, we're leaving Madrid's airspace now.
Calamite 6 direct to Subsea to intercept the Zibo 2 Alpha transition.
Correct, Subsea for the Subsea 1 Alpha, KLM 86.
The Zibo 2 Alpha transition to intercept 1.
Okay, Zibo 2 Alpha and then Subsea KLM 86.
Thank you. Okay, A342, descend to flight level 140 after you have it.
So you got about
No, I haven't cleared you yet, but I see you did select it, but you can continue to the descent to flight level 140.
Good morning, Eurowing 6 Bravo Romeo, level 300, descending level 260.
Eurowing 6 Bravo Romeo, hello, descent to flight level 170 to Lima.
170 to Lima, Eurowing 6 Bravo Romeo.
Yes, sir.
Looks like we're going to run into a little bit of rain on the way in.
Delta 70, report your speed to approach from 121.205.
It should be below us though. Shouldn't be an issue.
Master 8342, keep the speed 280 or greater.
280 or greater, bottom 8342.
Calamite 60, send flight level 100.
So 100, KLM 86.
Channel 7453, call approach for your speed on 119.055. Bye-bye.
119.055, 453, bye-bye.
It's looking good.
For 2D, center flight for 100.
Prediction, that's 100 from 1940.
Hello, Australia 55 Hotel, passing 7, correction, step 9, climbing 120, we're doing not flight.
Australia 500 Hotel, good morning, climb to flight level 250 to Germany, over.
250 Birmingham, Australia 55 Hotel.
Good morning, Delta 132, checking in through flight level 3204250, this side of Zibo.
Good morning, Delta 122, continue to Sugo 2 Alpha transition, runway 06.
We will continue to Sugo 2 Alpha transition, runway 6, Delta 132.
Delta 132, descent flight level 200.
Descend flight level 200, Delta 132.
Maximum speed 3.
Maintain 300, Delta 132.
Kinematics further speed advance approach on 121.205, good morning.
11205, gentlemen, 6, bye-bye.
Master 8342, flight to Compass, to intercept the transition.
Purple left on Compass, US 7 transition, Master 8342.
Master 8342 for further contact approach on 119.055, good morning.
19055, Master 8342. Bye-bye.
Three. Delta 132, descent flight for 180.
Send to flight level 180, Delta 132.
Alright, well, we're well over the water. I'm going to go run and get a drink. I'll be back.
Good morning, Hana 491, descent flight level 260.
Hana 491, hello, descent flight level 230.
Descent flight level 230, Hana 491.
Delta 132, fly direct position Foxy to intercept the Sugo 2 Alpha transition.
Yes, to intercept the Foxy, to intercept the 2 Alpha, the Sugo 2 Alpha transition.
8.
Goedemorgen, Xavier 487 out of 13, climbing 190 in nonstop.
Transfer 47, hello, climb to flight level 220 and fly to Birmingham.
Birmingham direct, don't you? Climbing 220, 487.
To request lower.
Delta 132, I'll hand you over to approach in about 2 minutes, so you can expect further descent.
Very good, thank you.
Delta 132, make a speed now 280 knots.
Roger, 280 speed, Delta 132.
Santiago 487, crossing traffic left to right, further climb in 2.5 minutes.
Xavier 487, thank you.
Hana 491, maintain flight level 230, on reaching traffic will cross below, right to left in 1 minute.
Roger, maintain flight level 230, Hana 491. Goedemorgen, Charlie 5 uniform level -0 over het spijkerboord.
Good morning, Translate 5 uniform climb to flight level 250, passing 110, flight to Omeo.
Level 250, we're passing 110 direct to Omelo, 5 uniform.
Translate 487, climb to flight level 330.
Climb level 330, Xavier 487.
Hana 491, descend to flight level 150.
Descent flight level 150, Hana 491.
China 491, fly direct to Bruno.
Flight direct to Bruno, Hainan 491.
Qatar Flight 7 continues Mark 6 on 132.515. Good morning.
32515, up to 487.
China 491, contact Brussels 128805. Bye-bye.
128805, good and 491.
Good morning, Australia 646,
Crown Travis 6463, hello, climb to flight level 250.
It should be in range. Yeah, just a little bit of weather out there.
Crown Travis 6463, passing flight level 110, flight to Kola.
So I should have about a half hour before Shadow has to get his insulin shot, since he's just eating now. So I got time.
The boss caliber 590, descending follow 220 to River.
Well, I can 590, I go River, back to the 06.
River 06, caliber 590.
I completely forgot to check my IRS display, see if it's working. I had to put in a new monitor. Oh yeah. That looks good. You can't see it, it's in the aft overhead. I installed it, I could see the numbers, but I never checked it when we were on the move until now. And it actually works.
Goedemorgen, KL 8 descending flight level 260, met de Artip.
KLM 08, Artip expected 08.
Artip 06, KLM 808.
Transatie tussen West Woody en climb level 260.
Direct Woody, climb level 260, Zambia 20.
Kilometer 8 descent, level 100.
Level 100, KLM 808.
What are we looking at here? 521 miles to Manchester. And we've got 377 at top of descent. And that's an hour 25 from the gate. Fuel when we get in is going to be 9. And what do we have? Bomo coming up. 13.1, we're at 14.8. We're looking good. We should be getting in at what, 204 Zulu? Just under an hour. And the winds are down to 79 now. Not bad.
KLM 48 descent, level 180.
Descent level 180, KLM 48.
Yeah, I think after this we'll head back to the States for a bit. Do a couple of 1 hour, hour and a half rides.
Okay, the van level 260 to landing in the Bravo. Information, the current speed is up to 9 until passing level 120.
Just you. KLM for 8 descent, level 70, position Zibo Mod, Lima.
That's 70, Zibo Mod, Lima, KLM 48. Goedemorgen, we zagen 89 Alpha passing 108, climb level 130.
Transatie 89 Alpha, climb level 260.
Climb level 260, we zagen 89 Alpha.
KLM 590 for the cruise, Hot 205.
Hot 205, 05,
Okay.
It's the boring part of flying. Cruise. There's nothing to do but monitor, monitor, monitor.
Good down, 666, runway 18 right.
That's why I prefer those 1 hour, hour and a half rides. You're busy. Up and down.
Cloud Batavia 581, climb level 290.
250, Batavia 581. KLM 174 out of speed 0, descending level 260.
Goedemorgen, kilometer 4, diesel active, it will be 180 rise, high speed is more than 300 knots.
High speed it is, and to active for the 80 rise, KLM 174.
Cathay 200 radius, please make it 270 knots.
38670 knots, Cathay 270. Hello, KLM 452, Alpha 345 for 260 inbound to active.
For KLM 452, particular active, expect Sunday 18 right, and your speed to 60.
Okay, 18 right, speed to 60, KLM 452, then we might be slightly high, 55 miles per hour, active KLM 452. Did you copy KLM 442 with an altitude restriction 260 5 miles per hour?
Yeah, sorry, I heard it. Thank you.
Kilometer range, after Jennifer Lima. Jennifer Lima, range.
Kilometer 4, diesel level 100, Jennifer Lima.
100, outfit, Jennifer Lima, KLM 174.
KLM 26 Mike, maintain speed 0 knots per hour. Cathay 201, descent level 200 and speed 250.
And the descent level 200 and speed 250 on Cathay 201.
Cathay 201, fly heading 220.
Heading 220, Cathay 201.
Telephone pass descent level 100.
Descent level 100, telephone 2.
Kilometer 08, approach 19055.
19055, kilometer 08.
Fine.
Belgium Mark, KLM 536, descending 260.
Who are the 526? With RTF expect the name on it, right?
Active 156.
We're under 500 to go now. 479. That's an hour and a half from the gate.
Cathay 201, final heading 210.
Heading 210, Cathay 201.
Cathay 201, descent level 110.
10-110, Cathay 201.
Kilometer 4, maintain high speed, still advised.
Maintain high speed and still advised, kilometer 4.
Kilo 56, descent level 100.
Heading flat on 1, 526.
Kilo 452, descent level 70, active Sierra Lima.
Descending 70, active Singapore, KLM 452. We want to get up to 8 kilos, this is level 260.
Yeah, KLM 2 kilos, this is active expect 189.
Active 15, kilos.
Kilometer 4, speed down to 50 and descent level 70.
50 and down level 70, KLM 174.
Cathay 201 to deal with the irregularities at least 2,000 feet.
2,000 feet per minute, Cathay 201. Goedemorgen, Brazilië 5 en Alpha, climbing flight level 130 Italy.
Good afternoon, Alpha. Climb level 250.
Climb flight level 250, Brazilië 5 and Alpha.
Cathay 2 on right, RTPT, Sierra Papa Lima.
Pleasure, Sierra Papa Lima, Cathay.
Should be coming into range.
Kilo to 8 kilo, descend level 100.
Level 100, 3 kilo. Goedemorgen, Brazilië 3 Alpha, level 55 for 130.
Brazilië 3 Alpha, climb level 250.
Level 250, Brazilië 3 Alpha. Carry system 1, could you confirm routing after Artis?
After Artis, to Sierra Papa Lima.
It's best at Sierra Papa Lima, Cathay system.
Cathay 271, descend flight level 70.
Descend flight level 70, Cathay system 1.
Brazilië 5 and Alpha, direct to Birmingham.
Direct Birmingham, Brazilië 5 and Alpha.
KLM 536 after Artis, Sierra Papa Lima, descent.
Looks like we're going to pass over Point Abbey once we head into France. Let's have a little ways to go though.
Cathay 271, call approach, over 9055.
Over 9055, Cathay system 1. KLM 567 past 295, descending to 60 drive.
Well, can 567, this is Artis expect 18 right.
Artis 18 right, fine. 67.
And 567, keep your speed above 290 please.
Speed above 290, copy. Goedemorgen, KLM 88 Juliet out of 305, sending level 260 inbound to Artis.
Well, KLM 88 Juliet, clear to Artis expect 18 right and speed 260 knots.
Speed to 60 and wire, KLM 88 Juliet.
Alpha 3 Alpha, direct to Birmingham.
Inbound Birmingham, Alpha 3 Alpha. Leveling up to 60, KLM 567.
567, level 100.
Level 100, 567.
Kilometer Juliet, descent, level 110.
At level 110, Juliet. KLM 800, descending level 260.
Under 300 miles now to top of descent. 437 to go.
270, inbound Northwood for the nonstop left side.
Can't see the coast of France from here though.
We've always on Brazilië 77 X-ray approaching flight level 84, climbing flight level 130.
Motor Brazilië 77 X-ray, climb level 250.
Climbing flight level 250 to Brazilië 77 X-ray.
Kilometer Zulu, descent level 130.
Descent level 130,
Kilometer Juliet, increase free please, 280 knots.
Speed 280, KLM Juliet.
To 8 kilo, descent level 70, Artis Sierra Papa Lima.
Level 70, Artis Sierra Papa Lima, 2 kilo.
Brazilië 737 X-ray, Olmelo.
Olmelo to Brazilië 77 X-ray, that's it.
KLM 28 kilo, contact 119.055.
190.055, get it to.
KLM 57, direct to Sierra Papa Yankee.
Direct to Spike 4, 567.
And kilometer Juliet, you're heading 235, descent level 70.
Heading 235, flight level 70, KLM 80.
Oh, can't see the coast yet. Still pretty dark out there right now. Hey Naraka, how's it going? You caught us right in between airports. We left Lisbon about a little over an hour and a half ago, and we're on our way into Manchester. Still have a little ways to go. A little over 400 miles. At about an hour's ride.
206, level 260, level 60 miles per hour, Arctic, any miles out.
First KLM 567, descent level 70.
70567.
Was hoping to have a view of the city lights up there approaching the coast, but not seeing anything. We're still a little ways out.
KLM 206, goedemorgen. Dit is Arctic, expect 189.
Arctic on the right, KLM 106.
Kilometer Zulu, descent level 70. Arctic, Sierra Papa Lima.
Not doing pretty good, actually. I'm having a pretty good day. The flight deck is performing beautifully. You haven't had any issues whatsoever. Yeah, it's a real good day.
KLM 3 for Zulu, descent level 100.
That should be in range.
Omelo direct, dank u wel, ik ben Julia. Voor de volgende level 2, level 2, speed 250.
KLM 3 naar toe, Arctic, expect 189.
De palet uit, KLM 190.
Kilometer Juliet, flight Arctic, then Sierra Papa Lima.
Arctic, Sierra Papa Lima, kilometer Juliet.
Kilometer Zulu after Arctic, Sierra Papa Lima, and speed 250 now.
Speed now 250, Arctic, Sierra Papa Lima, kilometer Juliet.
KLM 12, make it direct to Arctic.
Direct Arctic, KLM 12.
400 miles to Manchester. And that's an hour and a half out of the runway in Lisbon. And we're just touching on France's territorial waters now.
KLM 206, descent level 100.
Level 100, KLM 206.
And at INBO5N, we should have 13.2 on the fuel. We're at 13.4 right now. So we're looking pretty good.
Goedemorgen, KLM 150, descending 260, 2000 km to more, speed still conversion 200 knots.
Goedemorgen, KLM 150, nonstop arrival, expect 189.
Number 1, expect 189, KLM 150.
No city lights to be seen down there. Pretty dark.
Level 100,
Hopefully we'll have a nice view when we're on approach into Manchester. The view into Lisbon last night was amazing. Looked great.
KLM
getting bounced around with 30 knot crosswinds on the way in. Eventually died down to 16 at the runway. It was an interesting ride. Oh, the fuel is right on the money.
Heading 210 Diners 073.
Kilometer 06, the speed 50 now.
Speed 50, kilometer 06.
Kilometer 50, descent, level 150.
Level 150, kilometer 50.
And that puts us over the coast of France.
96 voor gelopen is altijd expect van een center.
Altijd van een center, kilometer, ja, 6 volt.
Hello, it's Polima. 02, altijd expect van een center.
Altijd van een center, wat ik kilometer, Polima.
Forward on Romeo, goedemorgen, dus order.
Good afternoon, Romeo, dit is altijd expect van een center.
1 center, en Forward Romeo.
Kijken naar Forward Romeo, inside the lane, speed to 50.
Speed to 50, en Forward Romeo.
Still 96 knots, speed to 50.
Speed to 50, 96 knots.
Kevin 7 Polima, speed to 50 on position.
So transition speed to 50, simply.
Kilometer 206, the heading 189.
And 185,
Port 12, speed to 50.
Speed to 50, again on Port 12.
Kilometer 350,
Yeah, that's where we're at, right. Well, actually, we're in France. We're right over France right now. Let's see, where are we in France? What are we passing over here? Brazzaville? Don't know if you know where that is.
Level 170,
Kellen 4 forward on Romeo, 25 watch.
The Romeo descent level 160.
160, Kellen 4 for Romeo.
Kellen 96 foot, descent level 170.
Descent level 170, Kellen 96 foot.
Yeah, I think we're a little bit, probably about 2/3 of the way through the Brest area right now. Thought we'd see some of the lights down there, but nothing but darkness. Oh, we got some weather ahead. Look at that. That's not good. Yeah, look at that nastiness. Stay away from that. Stay away from that weather. Oh, enjoy your dinner, Jim. I don't know what I'm having. My wife's going to meet up with her girlfriend tonight, so I'm on my own. So I don't know what I'm going to have. I'll figure something out after this ride.
First, into RTIP and then Sierra Papa Lima.
RTIP then Sierra Papa Lima, Dynasty 073, confirm Dynasty 250, Dynasty 073.
That should be in range.
Kilometer 06, descent level 70.
70, kilometer 06.
Alright, just about 200 miles at top of descent now. Under 350 to go.
Bottrop, 1853 kilogram.
Sorry, Echo Lima.
Lima, ook goed, 1853.
And checking flight 24.
Goedemorgen, Transavia 760 30
In the real world, they're using 5 right. So,
Flight 50250, Transavia 760.
hopefully we'll have a nice view on the way in. Let's see, Rusib, we should have 12.3 in the fuel. We're 12.7. We're looking pretty good. 9.2 when we get in. We're looking good. And we're looking pretty good.
Okay, then 4 to Alpha, 35 Arctic to Sierra Papa Lima.
Arctic, Sierra Papa Lima, Sierra 412.
Kilometer Road, ready to Lalu.
Was het verkeer, man, die van?
Yep, Kilometer Road, ready to Lalu.
Nee, to Lalu, verkeer, man, die van.
Yeah, you can see they're getting dumped on. It's on the radar. Oh, it's just outside the radar here, but yeah. Where the radar is picking it up, they're getting dumped on. Skirt right past that.
Lima, reduce your speed, make it to 20.
Speed to 20, yeah, I'm still pulling.
I'm sure my wife's going to be in soon telling me it's time to give Shadow his shot shortly. The cat has diabetes. My co-pilot, Shadow Man. She comes and gets him. She feeds him, sees how much he eats, and then she lets me know. All right, he ate enough, give him a shot. And the winds are down to 42 now. Much better than 163 as a headwind. Crosswind now, for the most part. 12.4, we're at 12.5. Fuel's looking good. And we should be in about 50 minutes.
Kilometer 39 of the mortar, sample level 250.
So, we're just off the coast of the opposite side of France now. And we'll be heading into London's airspace soon enough.
Kilometer 350, you're heading to wait 5.
Let's head into wait 5, yeah, I'm on 350.
So keep an eye on this. Make sure this isn't growing right in front of us. That's some nasty weather right there.
Singapore 324, 3250, now descending flight level 260.
Hello, Singapore 324.
We don't want to have nothing to do with that.
Local 2 Alpha arrival, runway 18 center, Singapore 324.
And 12.4, 12.4, right on the money.
Guidance 3073, descent, flight level 70.
Descent flight level 70, guidance 073.
Kilometer 350, descent, level 100, left RTP and then Sierra Papa Lima.
Descent level 100, left RTP Sierra Papa Lima, Sierra Papa Lima 0.
Channel 035, descent, level 100.
Descent 100, aircraft 135.
Singapore 324, descent, level 150.
Descent flight level 150, Singapore 324.
Mark 1178, passing 333 for 260, inbound to RTIP level 60 before RTIP speed 250.
Kilometer maintain speed, 0 RTIP 18 center.
Keep the speed.
Looks like a big part of that just died out.
Kilometer 96 Foxtrot heading 220.
Heading 220, kilometer 96 Foxtrot.
Kilometer 350, descent, flight level 70.
Descent level 70, kilometer 350.
So we're back in open water now. We just passed France's 100-mile mark, I guess is where it is.
Marker 132.8, 328,
100 mile, 10 mile, whatever it is, I'm not even sure.
RTIP 18 center, speed 250, kilometer 132.
Maybe 10 miles, maybe. I don't think it's 100 miles. It's pretty far.
Rosalia 780 Lima, pitch level 80, climb at 130.
Come on guys, Rosalia 780 Lima, climb level 250.
Flight level 250, Rosalia 780.
Looks like we're gonna head into London, right over Brixham. Meantime, I'm gonna take a look at some paperwork here on the back end. Let's bring up Manchester here. Let's take a look at that arrival. Max is 20, Max 250 at Wall, and Max 230 at 7 at Mercy. And 2 is looking good, below 250 at Wall, yes, and 7, and below 230, very nice. That looks good.
49055,
Let's get some of this info in. What do we have? Decision height is going to be a deuce. We have here, touch now, runway.
Singapore 3 to 4, Hotel Present heading.
Hotel Present heading, Singapore 3 to 4.
Kilometer 7 Lima, descent, level 130.
Descent flight level 130, kilometer 40. Moscow 30 Tango, descending 260, passing 345, to be level 60 miles per hour.
And at Manchester, we have...
RTIP 170 to expect, 30 Tango. Kilometer Golf 360, 260. After phase center, ready to go. Thank you.
Let's see. Weather's a little worse in Manchester than it was in Lisbon.
Control Oak and I'm pulling the back now, so 130.
Yeah, we're just blowing right past it now.
250. I'm on 250, okay, I'm pulling the
Alright, so we don't get picked up on that shot for a while. So, let's see. That's done, you're in. That's done, that's done. I do believe we are good. Now we got 125 miles top of descent, 269 to go. And we're just getting ready to leave the Brest area for London's airspace. And it looks like landfall's going to be right over Brixham. Fuel is looking good. That's it, we're in London's airspace.
Okay, and I'm 8 to go. Descend to flight level 200 and start distance speed at 2701.
200 and this speed 2707. April. Control okay, I'm 37 November out of 105 for level 130.
Goedemorgen, November, climb to level 190.
Level 190, jump to
Okay, and I'm 132, turn left, 15 degrees.
15 degrees, again, I'm 132.
Okay, and I'm 118, turn left, 15.
That's 2 hours from the gate at Lisbon. What are we looking at? 110 at top of descent, 254 to go. Not picking up any lights down there from the UK either. I don't think we're going to see anything until we get pretty much on approach. Pretty dark out here. The whole ride.
It says 70 aircraft, they want us to pass.
Okay, I'm 138, set level 160.
Set level 160, okay, 138.
Okay, I'm 8 to go. Descend to flight level 100 with a good rate on start level 180.
Level 100, good trade.
Hey Jackson, how's it going? Yeah, we're just 2 hours into the flight. We still have a ways to go. Just under 100 miles at top of descent and 243 into Manchester. We're actually just getting ready to head over the coast of the UK now. That should be in range.
Level 290, that's here, black
And I'm 141, you can make it the next speed.
Take the next step off. Good morning, Gorge 61 X-ray 71 climbing 130.
61 X-ray, good day, climb to flight level 170.
Climb 120, good. 61 X-ray.
Kilometer van Alpha Romeo, climb to flight level 200.
77 November,
Okay, that's 37 November, direct to Dozer.
Direct Dozer, okay, 37 November. Good morning, Delta, getting call from London,
Sounds good to me. Everybody should have a decent view on the way in then.
Continue.
This time, I gotta go give Shadow his shot. I'll be right back.
Amsterdam Local 69 Hotel, parking 113, climb up level 130.
And I'm 69 Hotel, goeiedag, flight level 290.
Flight level 290, any direct available, 69 Hotel?
And I'm on 328, that's flight level 100.
That's flight level 100, KLM 1328.
And I'm on 140, that's flight level 200.
Send the flight level 200, KLM 184.
And I'm 30 Tango, you send flight level 120.
Level 120, okay, that's 30 Tango.
And I'm 30 Tango, reduce your speed to 270 or less.
270 or less, okay, that's 30 Tango.
And I'm 69 Hotel, send it to guest zone.
The overall, then guest zone, 69 Hotel.
On 6 on X-ray, climb to level 220.
20 or 6 on X-ray.
Coming from Alpha Romeo, climb level 250.
Climb level 250, using from Alpha Romeo.
Alright, his shot's done.
Level 7, Arctic 7 meter goal.
Voor de morgen KLM 38 Hotel, level 320, sending 267.
Goedemorgen, 38 Hotel, kwartier direct zwart, dit is check van mijn center, feature 6090 or greater.
Ja, 6090 greater voor de morgen center, KLM 38 Hotel.
And I'm 84, back to 250, direct to Shell up again.
Doe direct speed to 50, 8 to go.
And I'm 30 Tango, speed back to 260.
Speed to 50, get a 3 Tango.
Alright, his shot's done. The wife's going out to meet her girlfriend, so I'm good to go.
And I'm on 184, speed 270 or less.
Speed 270 or less, KLM 184.
Rolling out 57 Mike. Battle 83, landing battle 130 down at 3 Echo.
Amsterdam 37 Mike, today, climb to flight level 250.
Left battle 250, in 37 Mike.
Alright, 60 miles now to top of descent. 205 to go. Now we're closing the gap. Still no lights down there though. Nothing but darkness.
Amsterdam 37 Mike, turn right, we're heading 115.
Right heading 115, okay, please stand by.
About 35 minutes to go.
Flight level 100.
Level 100, KLM 38 Hotel.
And I'm 30 Tango, descend level 70, Arctic Shell up again.
Arctic, spike aboard, 70, okay, that's 3 Tango.
Running 6 on X-ray, climb level 250 to Birmingham.
250, Birmingham, noise 6 on X-ray.
KLM 5 Charlie, Italia, climb level 130.
Italia 75 Charlie, GCA, climb to flight level 190.
Up level 19075 Charlie Italia.
Italia 6 Papa.
6 Papa guys.
That should be coming in range.
6 Papa, climb to flight level 250.
Type level 257, type 6 Papa.
And I'm 69 Hotel, my connection is on the run 36465.
36465, 6 Hotel. Amsterdam, goedemorgen, over 251. 5130.
Orange 251, 3 Marshall, climb to flight level 170.
Line 170.
And 37 Mike, our navigation direct to Nonka.
Like the knockout is 37 Mike.
Italia 6 Papa, our navigation to Cola.
Our navigation to Cola, 6 Papa.
Delta Alpha November, descend to flight level 70.
770, Delta Alpha November.
En dan 3 Hotel, after Arctic Sierra Papa Yankee.
Gaat ik spijken op mij 3 Hotel.
En dan 0, descend to flight level 100, after Arctic Sierra Papa Yankee.
1100, Arctic Sierra Papa Yankee, kilometer 10.
Orange 251, direct to Birmingham and climb level 250.
Line 250, Birmingham director.
Italia 75 Charlie, direct to Cola.
That is Cola, Italia 75.
Italia 75 Charlie, climb to flight level 250.
Up level 250, 75 Charlie. Morning, it's 717, level 100, climb level 130.
671 Hotel, VDA, climb level 250, direct to Cola.
Back Cola, up level 2406, 706.
Hotel, we short declared last flight level 250.
Level 2506, 707.
And I'm on 184, descend to flight level 120.
Oh, nice. I'm sure they must get a good turnout to see them on their way. Well, that's 2 hours since we entered the runway at Lisbon. What are we looking at? 30 miles top of descent, 173 to go.
515 at the end stage, 132.51.
132.515 tonight.
Italia 75 Charlie, turn left for 5 degrees and report is heading to 132.5155.
Okay, 5 on the left, 132.515.
Yeah, it would be nice if we get lucky and had a view on the way in.
Goedemorgen, KLM 900, container direct to market, expect from a money center. And I'm 3 at the door, descent level 70, below 100, speed to 50.
Yeah, 70, 3 at the door.
KLM 810, start on this speed to 250, descent level 70.
Speed to 50, level 70, KLM 810.
And I'm 1184, speed back to 250.
Speed to 50, KLM 1184.
And I'm 3 at the door, approach 119.0555.
How about we get them back in their seats? And we're good down to 20.
KLM 45 Charlie, lead aircraft flight level 250, speed direct to Birmingham.
Let's get you set as well.
And I'm 1184, turn left 15 degrees.
Left 15 degrees, KLM 1184.
And I'm 900, descent flight level 100.
HMS Duncan, there you go. Pick a Tanga, Mr. ZHSI himself.
1916, speed back to 270.
270, 1
This has been a beautiful ride. And we're just about ready to head on down.
Goedemorgen KLM A36, descending flight level 260, direct Artis.
Goedemorgen, A36, what do you expect money central?
Artis, expect money central, KLM A36.
50 miles, we'll be on that arrival chart.
Goedemorgen, Alpine 23, Mike, climbing level 130,
Alpine 23, Mike, top out today, climb level 250 to Cola.
250, Cola, direct, Alpine 23.
Okay, and I'm on 184, descend level 70.
Descend level 70, KLM 184.
And I'm on 181, direct sheriff of the Yankees.
Direct sheriff of the Yankees, KLM 184.
And I'm 900, direct sheriff of the Yankees.
Flag of Aura 900, thank you.
Speed's coming down. Beautiful.
Good morning, Glasgow 2 to Mike, flight level 130 to Idlib.
Good morning, Lawson 7 Mike, come flight level 190 and proceed direct.
And we're on our way down. 2 hours and 14 minutes from the gate.
Flight level 190.
And I'm 836, descend flight level 100.
Yeah, flight level 100, KLM A36.
Shuttle 21 uniform, direct Woody.
Direct moving on Shuttle 21 uniform.
Okay, and I'm on 762, proceed to Artis, then Spijkerborg.
Spijkerborg, and I'm on 762.
I guess if you got to spend 7 months at sea, an aircraft carrier is the way to do it. Plenty of room.
And I'm 446, goeiedag, proceed to Artis, expect runway 18 center. Descend to flight level 210.
So at a cup, we should have 10.5 on the fuel. We're at 10.5 right now, looking pretty good. All right.
Okay, and I'm 900, proceed back to 250, descend flight level 70. Descend flight level 70, KLM 900, stay thereafter, to the before. Your speed 250, please. Yeah, speed 250, KLM 900. And I'm on 762, descend level 70.
Level 70, KLM 162.
I'll take terrain. You can have the weather now.
And I'm 900, approach, London 90555.
055, KLM 900, Zuid. Hello, KLM 16 November, leveling off, flight level 220, and Mike Artis.
Yeah, 16 November, proceed to Artis, expect 18 center.
Proceed to Artis for the 18 center, KLM 16 November.
Okay, and I'm 79 Mike, you can continue to good now.
Ja, dat doen we terug ook, 79.
Thank you. Okay, and I'm 446, descend level 70, Artis Sierra Papa Yankee.
70, Artis 5 walk, and I'm 446.
Hey, we got a tailwind helping us now, huh? 24 knots.
250,
Finally getting a little help this ride.
And I'm 47 Bravo, climb level 250.
Level 250, climb 47 Bravo. Uit 1 center, KLM 70.
And I'm 70 right side, from flight level 200.
Level 200, KLM 70.
Okay, and I'm 62 November, descend level 70. You can start your descent by ready as long as your Artis 100 will be low, and after Artis is Sierra Papa Yankee.
Descent 70, Artis 100 below, and then Artis Sierra Papa Yankee.
Okay, and 79 Mike, climb flight level 290.
290,
be on that arrival chart in about 20 odd miles.
Level 150, speed 250, KLM 708.
Algeria 76 Hotel, Maastricht, 1325155.
32555, 776.
KLM 836 approach, Liner 055, not uit.
19055, KLM 865.
KLM 1140, turn left 153.
Left 50, KLM 1140. Comfortable company expect picture, standing 130.
Hello, Alpine 9 to connect Victor, flight level 250 to Kola.
Level 250 to Kola, Alpine 9 to connect Victor.
I think if these big countries go to war again, they're probably going to be pushing buttons.
Level 250 to Kola, and 1 on uniform.
KLM 762, call approach, 19005. Bye-bye.
19055, bye-bye.
KLM 446, speed back to 250.
Speed back 250, KLM 446.
Should be in range. And fuel should be 10.4, we're at 10.5, and we are coming down beautifully.
180, KLM 147.
Very nice. Just about 100 miles to go.
KLM 446, approach, 19005. Bye-bye.
90055, goeiedag, KLM 446.
KLM 70 exciter, left 153.
Say again, KLM 70.
Turn left 153.
Left 153, KLM 70.
Ah, we've got some lights out there now. I don't know if the camera's picking them up out that right window. Oh, there you go. It's starting to pop in the front now, too. Hopefully the camera's going to get that. Stays like that, we should have a nice view. We're getting bumped a bit. 40 knot tailwind. Yeah, they're helping us out now. Keep pushing. So at Axis we need to be at 20. We're at 23.7 now, descending.
Heading 225, 6 November.
After that, 7,000 restrictions up after that, so. And what do we have? Speed restriction of 250, 10 or below, and 230 at Mercy.
Make a heading 170, expect to turn back to Argent in about 2 minutes.
170, KLM 70.
That's a pretty nice view out that window. City lights look nice. Cameras may not be getting it, but wow, looks good. 20.
Goedemorgen, KLM 5 to Foxtrot. Container heading for now. Expect on the running center and make your speed 280, please.
Speed 280 now, and maintain the heading for 187, KLM 5.
Hope you get some of those city lights now. Looks nice. So I don't think I'll be adjusting these. These look pretty good. I think, if anything, it's just going to be minor tweaks here and there. Unless, of course, an update from X-Plane changes things. But I would think the only thing that's going to need to be changed then would be the brightness. We're coming up on Axis. That puts us on the arrival. And we're coming up on 20,000. We're at 20,500. Right on the money. Fuel should be 10.4. We're at 10.4. We're coming down beautifully. So, let's get set up for 18, shall we? What do we have? Bleed air panel to auto. Yep. Pressurization panel land altitude is in. Auto brake selector is set. Instruments and radios are set. Altimeter set for local QNH. Recall. We got a clean board. Landing ref and minimum's got to go in. And we're good down to 10. We're coming in at a $148. Oh, that stinks, Jackson. Yeah, it might be just at a view of that camera. We get a little bit closer, you should be able to see it if it stays like this. Once we start heading down. We'll be heading down to 7,000 feet in just a minute or two. That's going to drop the nose, and then you should have a pretty good view of the front.
Radar for the master, of course, Charlie Oscar, climbing 130, land approved.
Oscar, Alpha Charlie Oscar, today has flight level 250, and proceed direct to Birmingham.
Flight level 250 and direct Birmingham, Oscar,
Coming up on 75 miles out.
And I'm 5 Foxtrot, heading to
3.
Heading to 90, okay, I'm 5 Foxtrot.
Okay, and I'm 5 Foxtrot, make your speed to 60.
Speed to 60, okay, I'm 5 Foxtrot.
Alpha Jet 255 Hotel, Maastricht, 132515, bye-bye.
32515, Alpha Jet 255 Hotel, okay.
Victor, center level 150.
Alright, here we go. Down to 7.
And I'm 140, approach 19005.
Yeah, it's out there pretty far for me as well. And now it's just starting to pop in, it looks like, from X-Plane. So it should really start to brighten up as we get a little bit lower. And again, if you don't like the lights, that's on me. That's my night lighting edits. That's not from Laminar. If you do like and want to try them, there's a link below.
Orange 775, passing 60, climbing 90.
Hello, Orange 775, flight level 250, direct Omelo.
Flying flight level 250, direct Omelo. Thank you, Orange 775.
We're at some 10.2 on the fuel. We're at 10.2. We should have 9.4 when we get in at Manchester, so fuel's not going to be a problem. We're coming down beautifully. And we've got another 63 miles to go. And a couple of nice turns coming up too.
And I'm 24 Victor, the speed started back to 250.
Radar, Transavia 5033 out of 8,200, climbing level 130 to Garminghauser.
Hello, Transavia 5033, climb level 190.
Climb flight level 190, Transavia 5033.
And I'm 114, approach 190, 055, bye-bye.
190, 055, bye-bye, Kilo 114.
Alpine 32, Papa Delta, fly heading 215.
Heading 215, Papa Delta.
Good morning, Orange 789 out of 68, we'll fly level 130.
Orange 789, today, come to fly level 250 to Omelo.
Flight level 250 to Omelo, Orange 789.
Goedemorgen, KLM 40 Foxtrot. Proceed to like this. Expect runway 18 center. Keep your feet 270 operator.
270 or greater. Get a 40 Foxtrot.
KLM 40 Foxtrot, descent fly level 200.
Descent flight level 200, get a 40 Foxtrot. Runway 1, KLM 900, landing 320, descending to 37.
So up next, speed restriction of 250.
I tip 1 center 900.
KLM 38 to go, descent level 70, below 100, your feet 250.
Yeah, 70, 70, 38 to go.
KLM 810, start with this speed 250, descent level 70.
Speed 250, level 70, KLM 810.
KLM 1184.
I can see the airport. So we're going to have a decent view on the way in. Very nice.
KLM 38 to go, approach 119.055.
19055, bye-bye, see you to go.
I don't know. I'd like to try and get another one in tonight before, or after dinner. Because tomorrow I don't know if I'm going to get any flying in with the Super Bowl going on. So I might get a flight in early. I don't know, maybe. But I still have to get this monitor out, do some work on it. I want to get that done as well. So try to get one in tonight, but I don't know. It's going to be a little rough. 60. That looks real good.
KLM 1184, turn left 15 degrees.
Left 15 degrees, KLM 1184.
KLM 900, descent flight level 100.
And that's 44 miles out.
KLM 916, back to 270.
270, 190.
And we're at 250 knots or below at 10,000. We're at 11,000 now, descending, and we're at 245 right now, so we're looking pretty good. Now, I think I'm going to head on over to the States next to get a couple of one-hour flights in so I can get a really good view of some of these night lighting. Want to get a couple of short runs in. We're coming up on 10.
Goedemorgen KLM 836, descending flight level 260, dying Artip.
Goedemorgen, 836, continue Artip, expect 180.
Artip, expect 180, KLM 86.
And exterior lights, we are good. Engine start select is continuous, and EFIS panel terrain, which I'm already on.
250,
Cola direct, Delta 23.1.
Oh, in Manchester, yeah.
And I'm on 184, descent level 70.
Descent level 70, KLM 184.
So we got a couple more turns coming up here.
Direct share from you, KLM 184.
And we need to be below 230 or 230 or below. Right now we're at 235 slowing.
Flag of 900, thank you. Good morning,
35 miles to go.
Good morning, Lot 279, climb flight level 190 and proceed direct to Stoneham for now.
Direct Stoneham and flying level 190.
Oh, look at this, we're getting some rain. Oh, I didn't bring the 3D. Should have brought the 3D rain effect up. Forgot to do with this ride. Look at this, we're getting rain. Aircraft's getting washed. Alright, so we're passing through 7900.
1,000 to go.
And we can actually keep going.
32515,
We go down to CF05 and 3. Let's bring up you. That looks great. A little flicker there, but oh, that's a great view. Man, look at that view. Beautiful.
Hello, again, of course, it's Bravo, level 19.
And what are we holding at? Okay. Missed. We're going 186.
And I'm on 762, 770.
770, 762.
And I'm 900, approach, level 90555.
055, 900,
This has been a beautiful run and a nice longevity test.
The forward for the Lot 27 line,
Direct for the Lot 27 line.
and I'm 799, you can come here to this one.
Down to the Woodford,
And we need to be at 170, so let's begin to slow down here.
And I'm 414, 770, I think you have a
70, fine, welcome on forward.
So that is 76, that's line number 250.
250,
And I'm 414, Bravo, line number 250.
Let's get rid of that. Give me 5. Take that. Actually, we go right to 10. Hey Scotsman, how's it going? You caught us just coming into Manchester. Yeah, the flight deck has made some pretty great changes in the past couple of weeks. And she's been performing beautifully. The last 2 runs have been outstanding.
Level 150, speed to 60, then down to the right.
1,000 to go.
And I'm 414, Bravo, maximum 155. And I'm on 140, turn left 153.
Left 50, available 140.
And we have 15 out. Should have a nice view out this left window here on the turn.
And I'm on 98 miles down to 250 to Kona.
Yeah, I didn't bring up my 3D rain effect though. I forgot to bring that up. I'm using the 4K aircraft from Zibo because I was doing some checking.
And I'm 460,
10 out. Got a nice left coming up here, and then we're on our way in.
180 at the moment for sure.
And I'm on my new time, 132.515, bye-bye.
132.515, bye-bye, and 190 at the front.
And I'm 708, you're left, not fine.
Say again, Caleb, direct.
You're left, not fine.
Left 1.
That looks nice. Look out that. I don't know if you can see out that window. Oh, the camera doesn't go that far.
And I'm 60 November.
Nice.
50 Caleb, November.
Look out the runways.
And I'm on 140, make it heading 180.
180 at the moment for sure.
Beautifully done, Zibo. Beautifully done.
Goedemorgen, alsjeblieft 2 landing level 130, 120 lucht. Level 250, or student
That's going at 35. And again. And you're going to 186. Beautiful run. 25. Flaps 30. So we have lights, engine start select this, auto brake, landing gear, speed brake, flaps. Notification is done. My bird. That is one beautiful view.
Approaching 5 right.
Oh, I think we just got out of the rain.
Yeah, 295, sending 180, Alpine. Up and down.
500.
And I'm on 140, set level 70.
Set level 70, minimum for 0.
300. Approaching minimum. 200 minimum.
Landing.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Welcome to Manchester. What an amazing ride from Zibo.
Level 150, identify the Fox.
TA and test.
100 will be lost.
Great ride.
100 will be lost, identify the Fox.
Speed over 775, passing 60, climbing 90.
Hello, 775, Omelo.
Flight up 250 direct Omelo, thank you, or 775.
I hope you enjoyed that ride. I did. That was pretty cool.
6265, 770, over there.
I'll go have dinner and maybe I can come back in here and get a short one in. That would be nice. We're good. Yeah, that's what. 2 hours, 33 minutes, runway to runway. Give me a minute on the clock. And right now we're looking at 2 hours and 44 minutes from the gate.
Level 130 to Garmy-Hauser.
Hello, Transavia 5033, Trans level 190.
Climb flight level 190, Transavia 5033.
And we're going what? Pier B? Yeah, we're going Pier B.
190, 055. Bye-bye, Calama 124.
Alpine 26 Papa Delta, flying heading 215.
Heading 215, over. Papa Delta.
I hope so. They were a lot of money. They're real switches.
Boeing 789er, today, have flight level 250 to Omelo.
Flight level 250 to Omelo, or 789. Goedemorgen, get important Foxtrot 75426.
Well, usually it depends on which way you're getting your tailwind. But we were fighting the wind the whole way up for the most part.
270, operator, get a port Foxtrot.
Ah, that's well over a minute.
And I'm 40 from Foxtrot, flight level 200.
Shut down 200, get a port Foxtrot.
And 24 meters, that's flight level 130.
Level 130, that's 340.
So we had a 2 hour and 50 minute block. Right now we're at 2 hours and 45 minutes. So very nice.
Climb to flight level 230, Transavia 5033.
And we got a left coming up here.
Use A616, the speed 300
And we're going to be crossing.
300, almost, is basic contact. Morning, KLM 74 Romeo, out of 282, ship level 260.
Have a good flight.
Hello, KLM 74 Romeo, complete to artist, expect runway 18 center.
That's it, 287, KLM 74 Romeo.
Do get a little flicker on my lights here though.
Transavia 50,
Interesting.
complete a heading and climb to level 250.
Approaching 23 right.
5033.
Then it goes away. Interesting.
R670 Papa Lima, Alpine, Papa Delta.
Alright, is parking going to be available for us today?
Arthur Sierra Papa Lima, down level 100, KLM 34. Hey, that's just A616, got for Lisbon.
Use A616, that's flight level 100.
There's no other one, that's just A616. KLM 153, crossing 984 130.
Oh yeah, we got plenty of gates. Plenty of gates. All the aircraft seem to be gone. I guess everybody went to Lisbon.
KLM 60 Charlie out of level 305 for 260 speed.
It's kill number 2. And I'm going to need these lights because it's very dark over here. I wonder if there's lights at this airport.
Oscar speed 281 is sending KLM 60 Charlie.
Oh, there you go. I can see a little bit there.
KLM 34 Victor, descent to level 70.
Let them run around. Alright, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that ride. I had another blast. This flight was pretty much flawless. I had no problems with the Zibo Mod, no problems with X-Plane. The only flicker that there really was when the NVIDIA drivers kicked out and kicked back in again on their own, which was pretty cool. Usually I have to press a key on the keyboard and I lose half my frames, but that didn't happen this go around, so that was pretty cool. Alright, everybody, I don't know if I'm going to get another one in tonight. I may after I eat. I don't know. I'm going to try to because I'm probably going to be down tomorrow, and then Monday, Tuesday, I'm going to be working on this again. So if I don't get a ride in tonight, maybe I get a quick one in tomorrow before Super Bowl. Alright, everybody, listen, I always enjoy the company and the conversation. For those of you that were here tonight, man, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the view. And I'll catch you on my run, next run, everybody. Alright, take care.
Kilo 160, descent level 180.
Level 180, Mexico 167.
Alzavia 5033, on the gate to Birmingham, call at 132.515. Bye.
Okay, going to Gerlinghauser and on navigation, and I think you said 123.155, Transavia 5033.
Oscar Charlie Oscar, turn left 10 degrees and report to heading to Maastricht 132.515. Bye-bye.
Left 10 degrees and heading to Maastricht 132.515. Goodbye. Oscar Charlie Oscar.
KLM 74 Romeo, descent level 180.
Yes, flight level 180, KLM 74 Romeo.
Boeing 775, Maastricht 133.855. Bye.
Maastricht 133.855, bye-bye, Orange 775.
Orange 789, Maastricht 133.855. Bye-bye.
133.855, Orange 789, goodbye.
Goeiedag, KLM 462, Norfolk 2 Alpha Rijssel, Spectrum Nirvana Center, keep your speed 280 or left.